All right, here goes. My name is Blake Heiner. I'm taking SEC 201, Early Adolescent and Adolescent Psychology at Grand Canyon University online, under the instruction of Joshua Robinson. It's week 4, and we're making a video this week in response to a survey and some learning on the model code of ethics for teachers and applying it to ourselves at least a little bit. The first question that we're going to go through real quick is, what dispositions do I have that will make me a successful teacher? I currently work in the educational industry. I was an instructional assistant all last year, and I'm going to be teaching a math workshop this upcoming year. And from my experience, I feel that I do well having high expectations, yet realistic expectations for my students. I feel that I have a heavy focus on fairness, honesty, compassion, and advocacy. And of course, I do my best to act professionally, as everyone does. But I guess put it this way, there's 3 rules that I enforce in my classrooms and in my home with my children. Rule number 1, be honest. Rule number 2, be kind. Rule number 3, try to understand the other person before you make them understand you. Those 3 rules hinge my classroom management style and my parenting style. So take from that what you will. There's some things that I need to work on because I happen to be mortal, and I'm just a man in his late 20s trying to get things together. Disposition-wise, as I look to enter my first year as a solo teacher in a classroom, I really think that I need to work on classroom management with professional dispositions. I have good boundaries, but I have found that the calls to attention are super important for me in a classroom environment to keep the students on track. I get derailed pretty easily, and that leads to inefficiency in the classroom. And sometimes, I like a joke just as much as the next guy, and if you make too many jokes during a math class, you stop talking about math and you start talking about what's happening in the world, especially times like this. Now, so far as ethic, the other half of this video is supposed to be kind of on psychological, moral development and how teachers impact that realm. To transition between these 2 parts, there's a man by the name of Gordon B. Hinckley who's a leader in the LDS faith. He is the president of our church. He had 6 B's that he emphasized that have impacted me greatly, and I think sum up a lot of this quite nicely. Be grateful, be smart, be clean, be true, be humble, and be prayerful. If one follows those 6 B's, one could be a successful student and a successful teacher. Teaching and interactions in the school have a huge effect on the moral development of adolescents. The schoolyard is the proving ground of a child's ethical code. They learn morals at home, but they're tested at school. Peer pressure, bullying, and opportunities to show one's true color. This is where the big social interactions happen that really help cement the moral development of young people, especially as reinforced by teachers. On the playground, students emulate teachers all the time. I see it day in and day out at the school. And where teachers reinforce things but don't come off as dictators is where they're really successful, when you can empathize with a student and in a calm tone, without freaking out, explain proper manners, etiquette, and a good basic moral compass. that's really where it's at. I think that slowing down and simplifying are big things. What happens a lot of times in classrooms and teenagers' lives is energy gets high, people get riled up. And if a teacher comes into that, this is probably the biggest part of this video for me, and I'm going a little over time for it. There is a balance of energy in that room. A student is angry. They put this much energy into the room, and it's negative energy. If the instructor comes and is aggressive and adds to that energy level in the room, things are going to go sideways. But if you can find it in yourself to slow down, talk in a nice, even tone, and not be judgmental of the fact that an adolescent is having an adolescent moment any more than you judge a senior citizen that gets lost in Walmart. You know, the senior moment or an adolescent moment, it's a product of where they are, and understanding that psychological phase and development for all humans is super important to success and maintaining sanity as a teacher. So hopefully the video was good to Joshua. I apologize that I'm a little bit over, but I can't help myself, and this is take way too many, so I'm wrapping it up. Have a good one.